What's crackalackin, folks? Welcome back to Factorio. Welcome back to this spaghetti monster I created yesterday. I researched the rail supports and the rail ramps, and I wanted to build them. So I kind of squeezed them right under our rails production. And yeah, I got a little bit spaghetti, but it all worked out. I squeezed the refined concrete production down here in the concrete production. And yeah, this one is working so far. I think this one's short on gravel. We just need fast inserters here for sure. So let's upgrade those real quick. And maybe even add a third one to make that work a bit faster. There we go. Much better. They need so much input. They need like 5 lime, 10 gravel, 10 sand. Yeah, let's make it work a little faster. And the output should be, I mean, it says 10 per second. We just have to see if we need one here as well that's faster. Let's just put one in here. Actually, let's just put more of the mechanical inserters there. We don't need to power them. And this one here, I was worried that they wouldn't keep up with the bolt production, but yeah, we're heavily limited on refined concrete anyway, and they need a ton. They need 20 and 100 refined concrete each. So yeah, speeding this up is of paramount importance, and even these 3 inserters are nowhere fast enough to make this happen, which is crazy. Ideally, I would be able to swing around here, but yeah, there's just no space. I could put a splitter there, but I don't know if our gravel production is actually fast enough. We do produce quite a bit. Like, we're actually blocked by producing right now, because this one isn't producing fast enough. It's already a blue one, so I don't think we can do much about it. Yeah, there's 15 in here and only 10 used, so this is producing fast enough. Good, then a little recap on what happened. We had a little coke exodus. Remember last stream? Hey Shar, how's it going? I'll give you all the coke in a second. Remember when we took all the coke here to make coal gas? Yeah, that starved our entire base of coke, and that was not a good idea. Even here now, we're pretty... Yeah, it looks like we just had a lull with the coke in between here. Yeah, that was not good. It halted pretty much everything in our base, but right now we're still good on coal gas. I redistributed a bit, so this one is on a side lane, so only when this belt is full will this be converting to coal gas. And to supplement our coke, I came up here and just added a bunch more miners and converted them to coke oven gas, and that coal is now substituting what's coming on the belt. You see how little makes it here because we even ran out of acetylene because we didn't have coke. So this belt is very welcome to substitute what's going on in the base. So that was the coke exodus, and did I have, yeah, coke oven gas on top patch to inject coke into bus. I made the elevated rails. I showed you my spaghetti build. I even put it in Discord. It ended up being very spaghetti, but with this little space, I'm really happy I fit everything in here. Like, that was literally all the space I had, and it barely fits. So you want your bricks, Shard? You have to come to the factory and pick them up by yourself. Sorry. No delivery here. Then we finished the Rauks. Look at it. All these buildings filled and currently not working because we're out of Rauk cocoons. And the Rauk cocoons, they're not working because we're out of Rauk food, because all of it is stacked down here. Are you currently producing Rauk food? No, because you're out of agar, because you're out of steam, because you're out of acetylene, because we had a massive issue with acetylene when all the coke ran out. So now all of these should be running full tilt, and hopefully we will be generating enough acetylene for everything to work again. We have quite a debt to cover. But yeah, we can always scale acetylene now. We could scale acetylene up here. where's the belt coming in? Where the coke belt is, we could put in acetylene production here, and we may have to do that. Production next to top coal belt. And that might be something we have to do sooner than later. Concrete and refined concrete, I don't think we have like a place where we make it already. We made it originally up here for some buildings. But yeah, this stone patch is now completely out, so we need to make some stone bricks for building for ourselves somewhere on the bus. And we can have a new stone patch that we can get from down here that we want to hook up. And in the meantime, I made the stone 15 per second. So I added another set of miners. We split the kerogen right at the beginning. And so this patch is now 15 per second, and the kerogen is on its own path and should be all processed here in our shale oil processing. For this stone patch here, I'm thinking of doing the same, moving the shale oil processing over here. This can handle 15 per second. So if you put the same setup here, do the shale oil processing, move the light oil all the way back here, then this should work. It's going to be a long way for it to travel, and we might go up here and move over so we have easier access to electricity, like right under the transfer belt. It's still quite a bit to get to electricity, but yeah, hopefully we can put pumps into good locations so they we don't have to take power lines from forever away. Good. Yeah, so the Rauks are scaled, they're running, we're slaughtering them. I added a bunch of cages. They caught up, and now we just need to have the base recover from our coal exodus. Have some more acetylene made here and get everything up and running again. Yeah, it's mostly missing steam. That's the big issue. So maybe we build acetylene production up here first, like here, and go from there. I also tapped the first salt mine. It was here. First salt mine, and we create saline water directly from salt. I tried the splitter trick. This one outputs 12 per second. This one cannot deal with 12 per second. It will be limited to 7.5, but balanced. But yeah, the splitter trick can't deal with a full 12 per second output, sadly. So I tried that as well. And the original stone delivery was 15 per second. So the other thing I noticed is we have a good amount of light oil, but not enough aromatics. So we should first go grab that light oil somewhere here and put down another DDC and make aromatics out of it. That also gives us gasoline, even better, because we right now use that to fuel the smelters. And I switched one of the smelters here over back to gasoline. I think this one. No, that's syngas. Yeah, I switched this one over back to gasoline because we have so much of it. And syngas was kind of stressed, right, the last time we looked at it. How's syngas looking right now? Syngas looking good. Coal gas is looking good. So we're in business again. All right, let's go over there and take a look at maybe adding 2 DDCs to make aromatics from light oil. And let's put in some music as well. Some chill music from Monster Cat. While we're making our way over there, I am completely out of simple circuit boards because everything stopped. Like literally everything stopped. We had no CO2 for methane. We still are struggling with it. Is that before the bypass here? Yeah, that's before the bypass. So that's still an issue. We might have to look into why is there so little coke coming in. I think acetylene is just taking all the coke. Yeah, it's literally taking all the coke we produce down here. So I think it's good that we move the acetylene to the new belt and build a new setup up there to satisfy our acetylene needs, and also to hopefully alleviate some of the stress on this coke line here when we are making enough acetylene that it's not an issue anymore. So where's the light oil? The light oil is here. The aromatics are here. So if we could go down here somehow, and that would be probably perfect. Let's go do this. And we just make an intersection down here and come down here. Yeah, remove these trees that are in the way. And put down our 2 DDCs just dedicated to making aromatics. There we go. Oh, how do you vertically flip? Controls. Flip vertical S and P. There we go. So now they somewhat line up. Yeah, at least this one lines up. The light oil input lines up. And we can make that line up perfectly. How far does this go? This is good enough. Get you some power. Oh, I'm out of poles. I mean, I have the good poles, but you know, while we have little shitty poles, we might as well go for those. So you're working. Gasoline, we output here, and we're already out of gasoline again. So this is a welcome addition to our gasoline supply, and I don't think I can even... Yeah, I have to flip this again. Yeah, gasoline out of here. Okay, this works. We can do this. Aromatics out here. Pipe is already there. And aromatics we can squeeze in here. Hopefully we can make it through here. Yeah, looks good. We also can output aromatics up here. Actually, we move one higher up. And we can connect it easily. There we go. So aromatics out is taken care of. Now we just need the gasoline to be figured out. And then where do we put the gasoline? Right here. We do it similar. We just add a pipe to the side and make it flow down from here so it goes into the storage first. There we go. Hopefully a little bit more gasoline. And next, I think we have more aromatics as well, because they were actually running low now as well. But yeah, we said the light oil is in excess. But yeah, gasoline is again running very low, so we have to switch over again and just make more acetylene. It's dancing around 7.8, 7.9. It could be that it's stabilizing now a little bit. It's slightly rising. So how much do these actually make? These make 25 per second, which is not insignificant. We could maybe add another DDC down here. Given how many aromatics we have. And grab... How do we do this? Yeah, we can grab the gasoline here. And make it work this way. The aromatics are on top. Oh, we have to come here. Aromatics are connected, and light oil, we just have to make another connection up here to connect those. All right, power. Delete this one, please. And this one is running as well. All right, more light oil being used, more aromatics and gasoline being produced. We are happy. Now let's do acetylene. What do we need for that? 4 gasifiers. Can we build 4 gasifiers? No, we can only build 1, and then we need more iron plates, as usual. What else do we need? Small parts. We have small parts. Air co-inductors. We have a few of them. It needs only 4. So yeah, the biggest culprit is iron plates, as usual. Make 3 more gasifiers. Then what else do we need? We need 2 high pressure furnaces, 3 high pressure furnaces. I wish you could craft while you were in map view, but now you just get this overview. And then 1 evaporator and 2 soil extractors. Where's the evaporator? 1 evaporator and 2 soil extractors, a sinkhole, and 1 deep water well for the water. All right, let's go over to our new site for acetylene production, where all the coke is coming in, and start producing there. I think we start with the 4 acetylene gasifiers, and then this time maybe compact it a bit more. Oh, we already ran past it, I think. It comes in here. Yeah, we have the asphalt here. Yeah, here it is. So let's build it like up here somewhere. We have space and we don't run into things immediately. And yeah, good luck, bots. That's your job to clean all of this up. Then again, you know, I'll banish the bots and we'll let the nanite termite bots take care of this. And they should delete all the trees from me. So much more efficient. Still sad that they don't work when you have bots in your inventory. There we go. All the trees must go. Some stones in the way that we're gonna clean up. This tree, these 2 trees. There's a dead tree that will be even deader in a second. There we go. All right, that looks good. Let's bring our bots back from banishment and put down our 4 gasifiers for acetylene. Can we put them next to each other? No, we don't want aromatics, we want acetylene. We can. So we put them all next to each other. Connect, of course we're out of straight pipe. Connect, actually let's make acetylene 2 away and slaked lime 1 away, because we will void the slaked lime. Actually no, we will evaporate the slaked lime, and that's why we have the evaporator. Another tree in the way, go out of the way. We can evaporate slaked lime. Oh, and could we make a burner? That would be ideal. We can. So we burn the gravel. And you all need power, obviously. So we shall give you power. And then water will be supplied from here. And we're out of straight pipe, as we are usually. All right, this is supplied. We can do an underground from here to here. Yeah, so all of them have water. Now, the next thing that they need, actually, we do want to do underground, so we have inserters available here. do it this way. And then how much do you need? 1.25, so 2 normal inserters. We're out of inserters as well, great. So we need a few of them still. And then so you make a lime. And calcium carbide. So we will also put an overflow valve here. Once it overflows, we want to void it into the ether. And we could just void it immediately, but yeah, that's fine. Now, 2 high pressure furnaces to make the calcium carbide. I think we needed 2, right, for this build? Yeah, and 1 to make lime out of limestone and coke. This also needs coke. So we maybe put 1 here that makes lime out of coke and limestone. And you need the lime. Very good. So what we do here is we output this lime first. How much do you do? 0.5 per second. Let's make that lime only. And then the burner gets the gravel. And this is lime now. No, you also output lime. Right, so you get 2 per second, so that's 3 of these. So we make sure that this one gets to put the lime on here first. So it always has priority. And then you get the lime. And the coke. You need 0.5 lime, so 1 of these is enough. I deleted the belt here. And then 1.75 coke, so we want to do... Oh, coke comes from the other side. So this is where coke comes from. And so we want to do 3 long-handed inserters. How much coke do you need? Also 1.75. So we're out of normal inserters again. Let's build a few more. Take a sip. Get some power up here. And you produce 2.5 per second. So that's 4. I'm gonna make 2 inside, 2 outside. And then power up here. Good, calcium carbide out of lime. And then I think we had another one that made the lime primarily. Are you making lime? You're making, yeah, you should be making lime, not calcium carbide. That is my bad. Yeah. And then from that you need 2 limestone per second, and there was 2 of these. Do they really only make 1 per second? It makes 0.4 per second. I guess we don't need as much lime for that. So let's put the 2 solid separators there. We can just put them here. Well, we want to continue the coke line. To be here to feed into you, and then we also will... How do we do this the easiest with the ash? I think we just do this. That should be fine. Good. Coke will flow there, so we just need the limestone. We can do that here. How much do you need? Up to 2 per second. But I think we said we don't need as much. So we're just going to do 2 inserters. And 2... What are these? Soil extractors. Need to power them as well. All right, and you should do limestone. Now, what are we missing? Coke incoming, obviously. And hopefully the rest will work just out of the box as it is right now. Right, you need water, right? That was the other thing. There we go. Water is connected. And we should be in business for more acetylene. We need a lot of Coke, 15 Coke, and that is 7 Coke. So yeah, we're gonna go through a lot of Coke. Can we get more out of these? So yeah, this actually overproduces, but this gives us 5 calcium carbide per second, and you use 5. Okay, so just this one is oversized. And this one shouldn't block. Do we actually have 2 evaporators for this setup? I don't think we do, but we also have too much slaked lime. Yeah, we only have 1. And we burn here as well, the gravel. We did have an issue with the slaked lime pooling up, but this design makes it easier. Just have an overflow valve, and then we bring down the acetylene right here. That hopefully should help our acetylene production a lot. And we have acetylene right here. Good, more acetylene. We're still draining everything, but hopefully that helps the acetylene production a lot. You're not working because you are missing... Okay, you need... You were missing lime. Why are you full? Oh, because CO2. Right, you produce CO2, which we will avoid as well. And there we go. More acetylene. This doesn't have to run full time, but yeah, it produces as much as it needs. And also this lime should then supplement, and we shouldn't use as much Coke. Because we can take slaked lime and make lime out of it as well. Let's make sure for a second it's working. And they're all spinning. Very nice. And now we have our first lime that comes out here. First gravel getting burned. And everyone should be happy. More acetylene. Acetylene production here. Yeah, we take a bit out of this Coke belt, but we shouldn't need a full 15 belt on the bus. We can always build more. And please don't put down all these belts. It's unnecessary. So now let's look at the central animal storage. And voiding these. I think the problem with composters is that we can't just put 1 in there because they could be blocked by a single item being in here. So we need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I think they're a bit expensive to make. We need a lot of titanium and simple circuit boards. Let's try with 1. Does it compost a single piece? Because if it does, I think the throughput is quite fast. And we can pick up these. only 172. Pick up some titanium to make at least one. And then we have to see how the composting works. Let's make one composter. Actually, that was a lot of titanium. I mean, if we need to make more, it wasn't a lot, but if we don't, it's fine. Let's actually go here where we have our first animals and give it a try. Here we have our first animals. We have some brain, and we're gonna take exactly one. Sorry, let me steal this. And I want to see if it can compost a single item, or if it needs to like stack up to something. Yeah, it can compost a single item. So we're gonna only need one. And I think the throughput of one of these composters is pretty high. So we're gonna do that. Potentially throw it into a biomass power plant, but I think it would be so unreliable. We can probably just burn the biomass outright. And then we have to deal with the ash as well. So maybe it's time to have another central ash processing, not but ash processing station that will do just that for us, where we take care of the ash, move the ash onto the belt, onto the main belt. I mean, we have space down here. I don't think we're gonna scale this too much. We could do it, yeah, we could do it down here next to the nickel. Have ash processing central and have maybe 2 belts of ash that we run through the top of it. And then everything that in the future produces ash, we just send onto the main bus and it'll be fine. Well, first, let's go to the composter. We're gonna put one like down here. And we say, if you're overflowing, and I think normal inserters or like a few, we don't have too many. We're kind of short on, let's do 2 each. Let's copy this over. So how many are in there right now? 63,000. So it can hold 80,000. So we connect those 2. So this one will be inside. We connect those 2 with a wire to the warehouse. And we say, if it should be everything. It is true when there are no inputs, and it's false when no inputs. So we need if anything is greater than 97K. Right, so if anything is greater than 97K, we will throw, yeah, you still need the same. 79K, not 97. Then we will start outputting it into our trash belt. And I'm gonna make this thing go through all of them. This is the only downside, that we have a direct insertion here. So we need to hop over these and do that. Oh, you can be turned on. And we just copy these 2 here. Connect the green wire manually. And these all should be the same, right? They all stack to 100. They all should work the same. Is chitin also stacking to 100? Yep, they all stack to 100. So we can just copy and paste this over. And have one big belt that is there for disposing everything that's extra. And that should be enough throughput to get us through. And the composter can be just on the end here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 inserters. So we want to give, I think this one has a huge throughput. And I'm actually gonna do this. And what is your throughput? Yeah, it has no recipe. So I think it has a pretty high throughput. So we're gonna put like a bunch of inserters here. And a bunch of inserters to output. I don't know if we need that many, but you know, let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So will be all of our simple circuit boards. So this goes here, and what do we do with biomass? Let's take a look what biomass can be used for. Biomass. It can be used for, not the recipes, used in, we can make flue gas out of it. That would be the easiest way, I think, to dispose of it. It is used for fishes, but we already get that right. It is used for fertilizer. It's used for Yados, which are coming. No, that's a turd recipe. Relesia 2 needs biomass. And Tufras. I think Tufra, like everything, like biomass is so easy to make. I think we can allow it to be wasted right away. And I think we needed a gasifier. Is that a gasifier that we needed to make this? No, in a gas refinery. I knew there was a different icon. And we cannot make a gas refinery because we're out of small parts and iron. But we can grab some iron. Put a gas refinery there. No, don't do this. Actually, we just planned it ahead of time. And put it here, and hopefully that 1 is enough. I mean, we could give it 2. I don't think we should be producing meat at a rate where we need more than this. And then you will make flue gas out of biomass. You can do 5 per second. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 4. So can we make that many? Yeah, we can make 4. And then you need power as well. Now we just need to make a gas refinery, and this should be working. Good, let's head back and restock our materials. We're pretty poor. Like usually our inventory is filled to the brim, but now it actually looks pretty grim. What rhymes is always good, right? All right, we're heading back. Next up, so we have the central animal storage plus void and biomass. Biomass power plant isn't worth it. We would want to feed it with like something sustainable. Like we want to have a tree production or wood production that goes into the biomass power plant. So let's not do that right now. We can think about that later. Worker food would be next. So there we already have the machine put down. We just need to actually get all the ingredients in. And it's mostly all the animal ingredients, plus I think tin plate. All right, small parts. How's underground looking? They're looking fine. We need normal pipes. We need inserters. These we top up. Actually, we're gonna take the 27 extra because we're gonna do a bunch of underground belts to get to the meat on the belt. And then here we have a gas refinery, right? And we're missing steel. Hopefully our steel has recovered. Yeah, we also had an issue with steel. The issue was that these patches were running out. So what I did is I just redirected the patch from one of the old iron makers into steel, and now we're producing more steel again. It's still not a lot, but I think I queued up steel stage 2, which gives us molten steel with hot air, which is going to be amazing. And the next things I queued up, nitrogen filtration and nichrome, is to get us finally to robots. So nichrome filtration, this one, to get us to niobium, to get us to logistics robots. I really want us to get to logistics robots. Why does that only give us the passive provider chest? Oh, and one research further is the logistics system. Okay. Good. Now, back to our steel plates. And we can make a gas refinery, a single one. Yeah, we're only short on stone, which is fine. We have a bunch of stuff we can throw into the composter as well. And yeah, let's finish our animal product avoiding setup. Then we can go on further to worker food. And right now they're not being fed at all. I might change my schedule. Right now we have it that we have 3 caravans. They go to each of the meat producers or each of the animal product producers. And can I make another one of you? What am I missing to make another heavy oil refinery? Lead plate. It should be on the bus here somewhere because I wanted to scale rubber even more. We have the latex production now. This is lead plate. Heavy oil refinery. We're gonna make even more rubber now. We have 1 latex per second. Look at that. That river of latex. Isn't it beautiful? All our work is paying off. And that's great to see. Let's just copy the whole thing like this. We do this. The output here. We give you power. And we just need to input the polybutadiene, I think it is. Guess we skip over here as well. Yeah, we can just do this. All right, you should be running now as well. We might actually be short on polybutadiene. And how are we making polybutadiene again? Here. We take aromatics and they're still short. I mean, they're somewhat filling up quickly. How's our light oil looking? 130,000. We could still add more of these. Are you working all? They're all working. So we could add another DDC if we need this. How much can you produce if you would be working full time? 50. And how many do you need if you would be working full? 37. So it should be enough. Like even with this not running full time, we should be making enough polybutadiene, which I think it is. Yeah, polybutadiene to make do with our rubber production. And even if not, I mean, these are working. We're still producing a ton of rubber, which is great, which gives us more research. I mean, we researched elevated rails, tool belt, tin processing, hot air, bulk rail loaders, and we're 99% of copper processing. Like we researched a lot of stuff already, which is great. So we are having somewhat solid science production. Now let's finish up our composting of animal parts when they get too full. We could also do like have a warehouse that stocks up to a certain amount of everything, and once we're over a threshold, we release we have a switch a latch that opens it and fires a biomass power plant. But then we have spiky energy production, which is also not something that may be ideal. So I'm not going to do that. And we just take all the biomass and make flue gas out of it and throw it out, unless flue gas is useful for something. Right now, it is not. We can make syngas out of it later. We can make the Pi logo later. What research is that? That is military science. All right, and then later, helium, rod and Religio recipes, and Kickalg, but very late Kickalg recipes. Copper processing stage 2 research. This one is done. Now we can take a look at worker food. And that just needs a lot of inputs. Not necessarily complicated to do. Let's remove this because we know what it is now. We can put the water here. Can we build one of these if I add stone? Yes. It's actually pricey on the stone. Enable bots. And this goes here. How much do you make? You make 0.2 per second, so we only need one inserter. Move that one over, but you need a lot of inputs, and stop trying to put down belts. You need guts, lard, native flora and skin, seaweed, and tin and starch. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 belts. So we don't need all 6, but that's still 4 belts of inputs. And let's build a caravan as well if we can. Yep, we can. Good, let's make the first belt. The first belt will be native flora and seaweed because these are close. And we have stone still coming through, but that is before this here. So this might not have enough stone. It still has right now, but it might run out. This should have enough steam again, right? We good with steam? Yeah, we're good with steam again. Perfect. Let's bridge these. And we don't have any splitters either. What's new? And you do this as well. Get a half belt, and then seaweed is already here, which is perfect. One further over to the side. All right, seaweed is coming as well. So we have native flora and seaweed coming in. And you need 0.5, so everything a small or mechanical inserter can do. Then we need, let's do guts and lard. Or is there anything shorter? I think we can do tin plate, which is earlier. And then starch. All right, we need to move one over. Which is unfortunate because let's move 2 over. And hope the path is clear. No, we can go all the way here. So tin plate is here, which is what we're looking for. And then the other one we said was starch, right? So starch is going to be pretty far up. We have to search where, but it's like one of these top ones. Oops, that's too early, I think. Yeah. Now, where's starch? It's one of these ones here, I think. Do we make it after the animal products? No, beforehand, I think. Yeah, here's starch. Where is it cut off? Oh, right in the beginning. Great. We shouldn't be that far out, right? Oh, we actually are further out. And it's this lane. All right, let's bring it back. Have to cut down all these trees manually. Once we have full robots, we might just bite the bullet and fill out all these belts and waste a lot on resources on it, but you know, it's gonna catch up at some point. Once the belt is filled, it's gonna equalize again. And yeah, a lot of resources are sitting, and look, a plasmid, very important for our research. Once they're all filled up the belt, it equalizes again, and we another plasmid. Nice, we're making them really fast now. Very good. Connect these. Let's just kill the trees while we're at it. We should have enough belts. Yeah, we have like 700 belts. More trees I need to cut down. So annoying. And please tell me we connected the right one. Yes, it looks like we did indeed connect the right one. And so starch is hooked up now. Now we need all the animal products, so I can just go back and continue these lines till where we are feeding the starch down, because that's where we have to bring them at a minimum. Do we need all of them? That's the question. We need guts, lard, skin. Okay, only guts, lard, and skin. So that's meat. This is lard. This is guts, and this is skin. No, we will not do this. Okay, I need to banish these for a bit, so I destroy all the trees here. For me. Cannot build on marsh. My landfill. There's more marsh. Seems like it. And more marsh. Jesus. How much marsh is here? Went to the marshiest area again. Water everywhere. And trees. Two biggest enemies in laying belt. This wasn't even continued. How did we not continue this? There we go. This tree, and we have to get to somewhere around here. Good. Now we know where to go. We have them all here. So what else is missing? Why are you not running? Oh, we're still waiting for the starch to arrive, I think. And yes, you can have power. Not over the blood. Oh yeah, we need blood as well. So starch should be coming. Now we need guts, lard, and skin. That's the only thing. So we just need these two to be guts, lard, and skin. We just bring them in like this. So I can put them down at the same time. Makes it less effort if I only have to do it once. Oops. All the belts. Now we have to change the routes of the caravans a bit. And so we're gonna do this. And then the guts come from here. Then we go through here. Come on, reach. And for the guts. Oh, the skin here. There we go. Those should be all our ingredients for the worker food. And we should be able to make worker food now and put it into the caravan and then redo our caravan routes a bit. There we go. Do you have water? No, we still need blood. Let's get the final ingredient, blood. Yeah, this way. I think it's also somewhere up there, the bloodline. Let's see, where do we make blood? From the Augs. Oh, it actually continues quite a bit. Oh, it's pretty much where we are. Nice. It's perfect. I looked at it right at the perfect time. We might need a pump though. Oh no, I think I just saw a pump back there. Let's do this. There's more. There we go. We should have blood now as well. Is that everything you need? Yeah, you must inserters for these 3, and the rest is there. Perfect. Worker food is a go. Now let's redo our caravans. Right, how much do you need? 0.4 for the... Yeah, let's do 2 and 1. And we should be making worker food in no time. There we go. First worker food created. That goes into this caravan outpost. And we could limit it to something, but I don't know if we need to or should. Are we gonna have one caravan waiting till it's completely full, then ship it up to our Nexcellent mines? Yeah, they're out of food by now. All right, let's go caravans. You have nothing in it. You right now idle and do nothing. 1,000 logistic science packs already. Nice. And we're almost at 100 hours. It's crazy. So first we add the destination here. You fill cargo and wait till it's fulfilled. And then you go over here. And then you empty your cargo and you also wait till the cargo is empty. So this is worker food caravan. Good. Then we have this one, which will be animal product caravan, selection caravan. And we're going to delete all of this. So we start at the very beginning. I want you to go to routes and fill cargo, but don't wait. Then I want you to go to fishes, fill your cargo, but don't wait. And then I want you to go to the augs, fill your cargo, but also do not wait. And then I want you to go here to our central storage, empty your cargo, but wait. Go. And then the last caravan, currently should go empty cargo and then just stay there. Yeah, we just leave him as that. Good. Yeah, you're just waiting till everything fills up. Oh, they only stack to 10, so that's really not much anyway. But worker food achieved. Coke oven gas and coke into acetylene. We are doing that now. We can take the new stone brick under the Relisias, which is here, and do that next. Good. Everything else is looking good. We need to make stone bricks for just our building needs as well. So where is the stone mine? Down here. Can I make miners? Only 9. We're out of simple circuit boards. While I'm here, what can I give you? Take the tin back. So we still have meat and biomass, which we can get rid of. Biomass goes in here. Yeah, and this one's coming in. By itself, we don't need a caravan to do that. And do we do input priority here? I think we do, because that should never back up. So input priority right. Good. And we can get rid of our meat. Perfect. Some garbage in our inventory, but we're fine. We can clean that up in a second. Now, more simple circuit boards for the miners. And some sips of Red Bull for me. The workers get their workers' food. I get my Ripple. World is a good place again. So simple circuit board should be here soon. Here they are. Just have asphalt on me? No. Let's grab some of that. Like 3,000 or something. Simple circuit boards, not even... How many are we making? That is the question. 1.8 per minute, wow. Yeah, we dropped from like 8 per minute down to 0, and now it's slowly recovering. What are we out of? Formica, because we're out of... Yeah, still formaldehyde. You're still short on CO2 because we don't have coke back here. You need coke, right? Not just coal, yeah. Yeah, we're using more for acetylene again. That means not a lot of coke makes it back here. Unfortunate. Yeah, there's just a trickle that makes it through. Not good. The question is, do we solve this somehow? I mean, the coke comes in here. We could make a line that goes all the way here and then down here instead. Yeah, we might have to do that. Get another splitter going. Input priority right. Okay, don't go that ham. Almost. Are we out of undergrounds already? Well, we're close to home. Get it. I just need to find where we were. Get these. Oh yeah, we're out of belts too. Inserters are looking okay. Smart parts are looking good. Air conductors, we just get 100. All right, where were we? Coke here. There we go, full distance. And let's walk all the way over there. Ah, I'm itching. There we go. All that just because we ran out of coke completely, and that kind of completely trashed our coke economy, so to say. I think we put this after the acetylene. Should already be after the acetylene. Yeah, it's under the acetylene. And then send the priority over here first and foremost. Output priority right. And that should hopefully fix it. All of our issues, we should get to 9 per second again for simple circuit boards. And yeah, let's hope that. Now I wanted to make more miners. I'm out of iron plate, that's fine. How many do I need? I need 26 miners. Ish. I don't need that many. I need like at least 15. We have 13. But I might as well do the full patch while we're there. Actually, Actually, let's just do a mining planner. I can't see the whole patch, which is kind of annoying. But of what we can see, we 55. That's a huge patch. Yeah, I'm not gonna put 55 down. Let's put 20 down. Yeah, the first, the top 20. Oh, we fill like 2 rows. The center ones. And then we go from there. What else do we need? We have belt. We can get the shale stuff building. So what we need for that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 boilers. And 2 retorters and a reformer. 9 boilers. What is this? Is a reformer and 2 retorters. There we go. We can actually make all of these. It was 1 reformer, 2 retorters. Yeah. Then we can kind of copy. Oh, and 1 water thing, which we hopefully can make with some stone. Yep. And we can copy this build here. And we need 2 voiding. Perfect. All right. And a lot of pipe back. Oh yeah, the stone's far out. A lot of pipe back for the light oil. We could just void the light oil as well, but it's pretty nice. Can we make pumps? Let's make more pumps. Well, we can. Otherwise, I'm somewhere laying pipe and then we're out of materials to make anything, and that would be annoying. Yeah, we can come through here and refill. We still don't have splitters. Interesting. We say input priority is left. You go here, and then we go all the way down to the mine. I mean, yeah, let's follow the power poles, and that path sounds reasonable. We just go a little to the side. Yep. All right, which ones do we pick? I think these 2 are probably the densest. Yeah. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then this one also 10. How much is this? 184,000, 190,000. Fine. And right here we split and say right is Keragen. We instantly separate them. Here we do the same. Actually, now that we're out of drills, we can turn. Oh, we don't have any shitty power poles. We can make some, so that's good. And the bots can put them down. You should have energy, right? Yeah. Right, I banished them. That's why. I was like, why are you not working? Oh, right. I banished you. And we need power down here anyway, so... should have brought power with me. We should do a lane splitter, to be honest. Lane balancer. Yeah, we do this, downgrade it twice to be yellow. And we're out of splitters again. We need a few more here. So this is stone, should be 15 a second. Going out here. And then Kerogen. Let me go here. We also can give it a balancer. No, this one doesn't matter. Let me move it over here and just do the processing here. It's quite a big build, but that's fine. So this one isn't needed because this one doesn't exist. I don't think this one does mean anything here for this build. This one is for the ash. Yeah, we wanted to make a central ash handling anyway. But I'm not sure. We should just make a solid separator and burn it here. Okay, make a burner. We can make a burner. So that should be fine. Just handle the ash directly down here. We're obviously out of pipes again. What's new? All right, everything needs power, obviously. Are we out of inserters? Nope. The bots are already allocating all the pipes before I can grab them and put them down. Well, that's what they're there for. All right, we don't need this one. Don't need this one. Yeah, this is Kerogen. This doesn't exist anymore. So Kerogen goes in here to the steam first, to the boilers, and then it's gonna be transformed into shale oil. This is steam, and then here we have the actual shale oil that needs to be moved over here. And that should be it. Now we just need to hook up power to both of these. Let's use the cheap power poles first, because we have them. And then let's go for the quote-unquote expensive ones. They're not that expensive, the chromium ones, because chromium isn't, we have tons of chromium, so it's not a big issue. Yeah, you power it now, good. And then let's move over here. Chromium's gonna get more spicy once we need nichrome. Because then that's extremely expensive to make. It's like a ton of plates to make one nichrome. Which, yeah, until we get a better recipe, it's going to be very expensive. So you are not working because power. And then all of you are mining. So this should be a 15 per second belt then. I don't think it's 15 right now. How much stone do you produce, all of you? I mean, they're yellow, so, you know, we clearly are filling the belt. So yeah, now we see it's a full 15 per second belt and a full 15 per second kerogen, which this should be able to handle. And we just put a solid separator here for ash separation. And hopefully we don't make more than 10 per second. I only can make 5 of these, which hopefully is enough. Right, you're full, that's fine. Where's the burner? We actually put the burner in here, so it has access to the kerogen as fuel. So kerogen is fuel. Burn what you can burn. And we say no coal dust. And then coal dust comes here with an input priority of right. So the coal dust is used first. And we want to put it on both sides. Yeah, this is the top side, this is the inside. Perfect, yeah, this should be working. Now we just need to bring the light oil back. Yeah, this might be making too much ash for one. Yeah, this produces 16 ash if it's running full time. They're not running full time, but it's still a ton of ash that we can handle with this right now. Yeah, we need 2 more of the fancy ones, but we lack simple circuit boards. So in order to prevent this from stalling, we need to add another solid separator and potentially a second line. Yeah, something like this. Can move it over by 1 so it's not inserting from all right, something like this. Good, and that's 15 stone per second. And 15 kerogen per second that we convert into light oil. Can I build another solid separator? I know I don't have the... Yeah, I can't build anything. So we need the simple circuit boards. And before I run down here again slowly, let's run down here quickly. Much better. Don't do that. Good, so speaking of simple circuit boards, there's a bunch here, but let's look in our chest. We should have resumed simple circuit board production, 9 per minute. Let's see. Yeah, we're back to 12.8. That's not gonna last, so probably 9 per minute. Ideally, 12 per minute. I mean, I'm not gonna say no to that. But that injection of coke in the beginning should have really helped again. Our original Rauks still doing their duty. How many do we have? 129. It's okay. Could be worse. We're still short on formaldehyde, but at least this one is running full time again now. These are running all the time. Perfect. And we do have copper. All right, we need iron, I'm pretty sure. Small parts. We still have air core inductors. So iron is probably our biggest shortage as usual. Let's remove the 3 and keep the 200. Take these. Take a lot of these, because we're gonna go for a while. Inserters, take these. Underground belts, let's top it up. Belts, we're fine. Good, how many can we make? 64, that's good. We need a solid separator, which needs pure iron plates, which I haven't picked up yet. Need one more solid separator, a bunch of inserters. Let's craft like 10. And then the pipes going there. Can we start the pipes from here? We would have to go... So light oil is here. We can go down here around the native flora. And yeah, following the quartz one should lead us right there. So let's do that. So we don't have to go there and then walk back the way we just came from. Shale oil is under the methane. So here we have the light oil somewhere. Here it is. We probably need a pump somewhere here close, so we might as well do it while we are close to electricity. Right, we wanted to go around this. Right, we need a pump here, so let's put it over here. It's already a perfect hole for it. Build another one while we put this one down. Yeah, let's follow the stone. Down to the quartz. It's gonna be... Oh, it's not that far as I thought. I thought it's going to be a journey, but this is going to be a journey now. All the way to our shale oil processing. We have power here. We should consider... Yeah, we can't spend that. That's fine. Let's move this a bit out of the way. Somewhat fast terrain to run on, that tundra, so we're not like dead slow like on sand. But alien biomes makes the map just look nice, which is worth it in itself. Yeah, get out of the way, marsh. I need to top up my landfill again. I don't want to run out of it. That would be very annoying. To be like somewhere... pumps. I gotta put the pumps in here as well. Really needed to be here. All right, electricity. The next one is up here. Perfect. The benefit of having ginormous builds down here, electricity isn't that far. But the next one's gonna be annoying, I think, so we have to bring electricity quite a bit for that one. big rock that we won't be mining anytime soon. It's nice when we get to them because they can mine extremely fast. But I think we need like either red or blue splitters to get everything out of them, out of their one output. Or you put it into a box, but then you have the problem, okay, how do I get stuff out of the box, right? Electricity is also not too far away for this one. Very nice. We're still close to civilization. There's only 3. I thought we had 4. We're almost there. Just a bit more. But sync processing is at 95%. So we're making good progress on science as well. Only 1 minute left. Yeah, the really, really big one will be when we get to robots, like the logistics robots, because then we can build a proper mall and have our construction robots build all of our builds, which will be huge. But until then, I think we will start another one. How many pumps do I need? Okay, there's power also not too far away. Very nice. Having a proper mall will be amazing. Like where all the buildings are built and stuff like that. That is the next big goal. Even over any PyScience 2 stuff. PyScience 2, I think I want to do on Rails. So there's no reason to... How far over do we need to be? Kind of like here. There's no reason to start that here. I think PyScience 2 we should just do on Rails to do it properly. See if we need another pump. No, we don't. All right, this is working. Yeah, it was backlogged because of that, but now it should be able to churn through all of the kerogen. Okay. Okay. Didn't think of that. Upper priority left and just coal, dust, input priority right. And hopefully they pick it up, which is always a, who knows? We have to see how that goes. Yeah, they just don't pick it up. So you run around till this is full with coal dust, and then they have to pick it up, and yeah, that's gonna slow us down, but that's just I mean, I could just have a separate boiler there just to burn the coal dust. There we go. And now I need to bring everything but the coal dust out here to get burned as well. And the coal dust, I'm tempted to just put it into a boiler. Yeah, and give it water. Or you know what? We got 2 at the end just for coal dust. Or does this work? I mean, this could work too. So far, it's looking fine. Now you put it on the outside then. Yeah, there's going to be more on the outside now, but oh well. In theory, it should have a decent throughput. I obviously could put it on a completely separate belt as well and give it its separate 2 boilers, but yeah, this should work fine, I hope. It's a mess though, that's what it is. Let's give it their own 2 boilers and be done with it. Let's move them over by 1, jump across with the water. And then you output here and here. Not the ash here. All right, that should be good. And we did it this way because we want to fit the pipes. There we go. You're allowed to contribute to Steam as well. There you go. Problem solved. And now it's cleaner. Wait, why you're not? Because there's some carriage stuck. Of course. All right, reclaim these splitters. It should be working much better now. You take Keragen, you take my coal dust. And we're fine. There you go, all the ash is being processed. Full belt of Keragen is being taken care of. We have a full belt of stone coming up here again, which shouldn't be processed anyway. Like, I don't think we need a full belt of stone. But we don't have much here, and I think our build here needs 8 stone a second or something. Yeah, right now it's starved. But the 15 a second belt is coming in, so that was desperately needed to keep our rubber production up and running, but yep, we did that. So another thing we want to do is make stone bricks for building, and we may be able to squeeze it in here, just 2 furnaces that make bricks, because I need them to make buildings. We could even squeeze it in here. So can I make gas furnaces? Let's make 2 gas furnaces. Oh, they can pass through, perfect. You're just a splitter. I don't think we can feed them fast enough, that's the other thing. Actually, with stone, they were pretty slow. Let's see. No input fluid. Yeah. We need to feed you fluid as well. Do we have some around here? No, not really. Let's find some. Acetylene, probably. I mean, we could use syngas as well, but it's riskier. It shouldn't be a huge output of it. We only need it for, there's acetylene. We just use acetylene. Was there really a belt under acetylene? I thought there was syngas under it. Maybe it was above it. All right, let's see how fast you're crafting. Yeah, 2 inserters can easily keep up, not like with copper, where you had huge amounts of it. Take all my stone and give me all the stone bricks out. You may just need 1 of these per. And put it in some boxes. Boom. I don't think it can keep up. I think we need 2. Which is fine, more stone bricks, right? I'm all for having more stone bricks. I don't think we need that many. I think 4,000 should be good for personal use. Now let's see stone bricks. What are they used for? Only buildings. Okay, and the warm stone brick. We need a few of those. But 4,000 should be a good starting number. We need them. No 2 for plantation. I'm gonna put them on the bus because we're close to our mall. And it makes sense to have them there. Let's do that. And once we start the mall, it's time to like get all the belts all the way up here. Hey Simon, yeah, I'm just playing a lot. I wouldn't say I'm like that fast, but thanks. How you doing? What is this? So we're... Is this the highest place? Yeah, this is where the highest one is. Planning rails? Nice. Yeah, I watched more of your playthrough. I'm at episode 40 or so now. You are really going fast. Like, almost like, okay, how did you get there in like 25 hours? Yeah, I understand. I haven't gone on Rails yet. I'm close to, I think, for all the new processing, like tin processing, lead processing, stuff like that. I think I'm gonna go onto Rails now, finally. Oops. Yeah, especially for your science multiplier, it's crazy. I mean, I know you built that giant science factory or assembly, but keeping it running and with spoilage, it's pretty awesome. Yeah. All right, banish the bots again so I can cut down the trees. Yeah, I joined the spoilage fun in space, PySpace exploration then. I'm sure it's still gonna be equally fun back then. All right. We need another radar or two. Yeah, we definitely need a radar. Let's start up here. When I heard that incubated petri dishes only have a 45-second lifetime, I was like, I am very glad I didn't turn on spoilage. Yeah, I know, you build like a lot more spaghetti. I build like a massive bus. But it's easier to manage the spaghetti that way. $25? That's crazy. Yeah, that would be like I would be like, that's nuts. It would be too much managing. Like, you would have to build so much on site, and I'd rather, like, I built my one nice big setup for incubated petri dishes now, and now I can be done with them for a while and don't have to build them like on site everywhere. Do the non-incubated petri dishes spoil? I assume not. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, because you said it's the timer starts at the beginning of the crafting, right? That is even worse. Radar. It don't spoil? At least that. Very nice. At least there's something. There we go, and now radar on the bottom, and yeah. A lot of bus for a little bit of base. Like, I guess I could build on both sides of the bus, but that just becomes messy when you need something to like go backwards. And yeah, it's certainly a lot of belts. Let's see. How many belts are still missing? 61,000 belts. Oh, I see they spoil back into normal ones that are not incubated. Yeah, that's okay. Still, yeah, as you said, spaghetti and looping around. There you go, routes are working, hopefully. They have new stone now. So they should be happy. What are you not happy with? You're not happy with cocoons. You're not happy with moss. And moss is happy though? May have been because the stone was low. Yeah, so they're recovering now from stone being out. And yeah, look at that. Now full 15 belt of stone back. 2,500 undergrounds and 2,500 normal belts. Yeah, yours is much smaller. For sure. Like, you built very compact. I'm really impressed how you like have the spatial awareness of putting things there and they don't get in the way, like, I don't know, 50 hours later. That's like, I can't build like that. I would get stuck in my spaghetti mess so much. Even though I did spaghetti a bit yesterday, I built, where are the rails? Where did I put the rails? Somewhere here. Yeah. No, these are locomotives. There they are. I spaghetti my rail ramps and rail supports in here yesterday. Like, I just knew I wanted to build it under the rails, and then I had this much space to squeeze it in, and it was like, okay, it's gonna be a lot of spaghetti, but I made it work. Only with the 90-degree inserters though, like without them, that wouldn't have been possible. But yeah, that's why I installed these, because sometimes it's not worth redoing an entire build because you can't make one inserter because you need a 90-degree one. So yeah, these are quality of life for me and not necessarily, you know, make my builds that much different. It's more like, okay, I need this one to come in and I only have a 90-degree and then get the ash out. But yeah, I squeezed it in yesterday. So that's my spaghetti for the day. Now let's put another radar down. Actually, we can put these ones further down now. There you go. And let's extend the asphalt here as well. Oh, wood has no ash? I didn't know that. I thought everything produces ash. Yeah, I mean, knowing that, that's huge. Was that a recent change? I could have sworn like everything had ash in the beginning. Oh, I'm out of power poles? Great. Do I have normal power poles? Yeah, only 3. Let's refill. Solid fuels, burnt result. Oh, that's interesting. Coal gives ash. Wood gives nothing. Interesting. That's cool. Yeah, I didn't know that. I think the last time I played, everything you put into a burner would give you ash back. So that's new. Thanks for letting me know. That makes it much easier. Yeah. And I have tons of... Yeah, I already found it. Burnt result. Oh, you mean by fuel value? Antimatter? Oh, you mean fuel category? Oh, everything that's biomass. Interesting. And that doesn't give us a burnt result. Huh, that's nice. Yeah, I feel that wasn't the case the last time I played. But that's awesome. Thanks for letting me know. That is huge. I mean, now that I'm at the point where I'm happy to not use the burners anymore and just use the automated factories. But yeah. Cool, good to know. Yeah, thanks for letting me know. Now let's refill. Isn't activated carbon pretty expensive though? To make as a fuel. Need a ton of power? Yeah. I know, but convenience. I mean, right now my power is doing well. I'm at 500 megawatts out of, I wouldn't say 1.2 gigawatts. It counts a lot of them that are no longer working, but like 900 megawatts for sure. And then I have coal power plants unlocked, so I can do like something like create coke oven gas into a coal power plant and then void whatever doesn't get burned, so something like that. Yeah, I mean, now that you say that wood doesn't need ash, that cadaveric arms, interesting. Yeah, I haven't looked into the turrets too much. A lot of them I think would be like more late game stuff, and I need to change like moss, for example, with the chlorine. I'd say that's probably something I do later in the game when I really need to scale them, but not right now. And I would have to redo all my moss production, which doesn't make sense right now to waste the plastic on it. Yeah, it needs even more power because it's all the electrolyzers, and I mean, I guess I can make it out of guts now, but it's still pretty limited. Like, I don't have that many. I mean, guts are aplenty, but once they're used up, the supply isn't very reliable. So I was like, nah, I just... and the only time I created chlorine is really for sodium hydroxide, or whatever that one was. And we can see... and grow the belt. And all these trees, yay. All right, more belts. That was another 1,000 belts. The Rauks seem to be happy now. All of them are running, which is good. Plenty of cages left. How are the barrels looking? As long as none of you are short on barrels, we're good. No, you're all just short on these, and you are all running again. So the moss has recovered. Perfect. Good. Stone bricks. Let's go back and collect some. I mean, I have 650 left. I make worker food. And I think we delivered our first delivery. We made our first delivery of workers' food. Oh, I should probably change that. There we go, much better. Now they can actually work. And these ones should only be workers' food. And now they're actually gonna work again. I still have, I think, one Digosaurus left. I haven't made much more. So far I didn't have to scale the next slit too much, but workers' food now makes them bring in 8 at a time. So that should make our production even better. And we needed something to do with like all that stuff anyway. And these are cheap to make. We have tons of seaweed. The native flora isn't hard to come by. Yeah, they're slow, but I did put asphalt down. Or maybe not. I should go up to them and put some asphalt down. I thought I put some down. Let's make them faster. That's a good question. I am making right now 2 per minute ish. It's on and off because well, let's say over the last hour I made 3.3 per minute. So not too much, but I just did like one building each, and we were blocked on rubber for so long. So for now I was like, I just make it work and then we can scale it later. And it is progressing. We went through elevated rails, bulk rail loaders, copper processing, zinc processing, tin processing, hot air, and tool belt already. And yeah. And steel is the next big one, and then I want to get to 2 robots, which is through hydrogen. Gets us to logistic robots. And yeah, that's the big next goal. Yeah, 300, 330, yeah. Yeah, for now I'm just cleaning up everything in the factory and fixing all the issues, and then I can look at scaling logistics science. And once I go on trains, I'm going to be spending some time doing train stuff anyway. So yeah, I still have to figure out how I move to trains and how I think I'm just going to go with build everything for PyScience 2 and everything that is advanced, like, you know, new tin smelting, new steel smelting, new copper smelting. Build all of that on trains, and everything new I build, like for PyScience 2, I put on the trains. And then I slowly transition stuff for the other sciences over. All right. There we go. Now they're going faster. Yeah, I knew that they were affected by the ground speed. I just thought I put asphalt down, but I guess I didn't. What do you mean sometime? Twice amount my current playtime? That you are into your playthrough? What do you mean? With the Logi technology? You meant that with the logistics tech, I need twice as long? Let's waddle back to the base. Oh, yeah, absolutely. It takes some time. Yeah, it's gonna be a long time. Yeah, that's where I kind of like lost motivation the last time, when I kind of rebuilt everything from scratch on Rails. Because it was just so much of, okay, we already built that. So now I have to rebuild it again just on scale. Yeah, we'll see how we transition. I'm excited for trains. Like, I love playing with trains in Factorio. So it's gonna be nice. But yeah, I'm gonna take a quick break. I need to feed the kitties and also take a quick break after 2 hours. And then don't go anywhere. I'll be back in a bit. And I'm back. Rejuvenated with another Red Bull. Yeah, have a good night, Simon. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, CB, how's it going? All right, what is next? We made stone bricks for building, if I ever can find them again. I have to remember, next to the cotton guts, we make stone bricks. Got it. And I think we're gonna change these. Thank you for the welcome back. Can I do that remotely? Yes. I'm gonna say... if anything is greater than 1,000. So we want to have 1,000. Hey, Alex. Thank you for the welcome backs. So if anything is over 1,000, we want to have 1,000 for us ourselves. And then we actually set this to 2,000, the chests, so it works. Good, look at them delivering all the goods. Why are you still running? You're doing all of them. Right, and you're the one that's doing nothing right now, so you're just standing there. Cool. All right, so concrete and refined concrete we made. We may want to do that again when we have the mall, but right now we don't need to. So let's look at what Simon was saying. What is our capacity of producing this? Just in this here. And look at how all the solidified zircoses we have, all the plasmids, that's beautiful. What are we actually short on? We're short on animal samples because, and we still have that enabled. Yeah, because of plasmids again. Why do we have so many plasmids here now? It should be, yeah, it's still plasmids that are holding us back. And plasmids are holding us back because of lab instruments. Lab instruments are lacking equipment chassis, which are simple circuit boards. So maybe it's time to improve our simple circuit board production a bit. Oh, we had 200 again. We're not even at 200. We're out of copper zinc batteries. Are we out of zinc? Yeah, we might have to update our zinc miners. Yeah, the zinc miners are out. Wait, they're out of fuel? Oh, these are normal ones. That's why. I was so confused. What were you fueled with? We're gonna upgrade those to newer ones. Wait. Some belt was confused here. How did the borax trioxide belt get up there? That's why we're missing a bunch of borax or boron trioxide or whatever, but interesting. Yeah, about that. Some belt mess. Oh yeah, we moved it and we did an underground. Yeah. But we're gonna replace those up there as well anyway. So what do we need for these? 2 electric mining drills, 10 simple circuit boards. That's what we're missing. Steel and aluminum and simple parts. Yeah, we're gonna clean. We're just gonna leave that belt. I don't want to have all of that in my inventory. Then again, I should put that back into the system. So do we have small parts? We have a decent amount of small parts. Let's get 200 more steel and aluminum. Iron looks good. Let's get some more copper as well. Just in case. We can make 4 now, just based on what we have in our inventory. So we can go up there now and just replace them. We already have 4 red ones up there. It's time to replace the other ones too and get much more zinc back. And clean his belt. Well. Does it fit in our inventory? I hope it does. And then we'll put it onto the belt where it came from down here at the very beginning. So it inserts first. Yeah, all these whoopsies with our old school inserter splitters that you never think of. But that's how it goes. The important thing is I noticed it. The not so good thing is we're out of copper zinc batteries. We might have to scale that even more. Inventory is full, I figured. Might not be able to clean it up completely, but you know, we clean up what we can, and whatever is left, we just ignore. It stays on that belt for eternity, and we just never talk about it again. Almost there. Yeah, it's gonna be close if it fits in the inventory. What is that? Boron trioxide, I think, is the one, how it's called. Yeah, I was thinking aromatics were out, and I was like, damn it, we just improved aromatics. But that was not the case. Yeah, everything's full. All right. Oh, I can't even insert it. Let's put this one down and drop these on the ground. So we make 4 of these. Why are you still making... It's 1 fluid mining drill, right? Didn't I just pick up 4? Oh, it didn't pick them up. I'm an idiot. They're on the ground. I was like, why is it making 4 fluid mining drills when we already have... When we just picked up 4 fluid mining drills? Well, the things we didn't pick them up. That's the problem. At least that freed up some stuff. Don't need these anymore. Hey, Yura, how you doing? I'm doing well. Can't complain. We're in a really good state. We make a bunch of research now for logistics science. I mean, it's stopped now because we're still short on plastic, so I'm kind of trying to fix that. Maybe scale a few other parts of the factory to improve that. And right now we are upgrading our zinc mining. Now robots, you're allowed to put them down. Oh right, I banished you. I forgot. There we go. Now you need electricity and you're good to go. I have the other ones, right? Yeah, I have the other ones. All right, all of these are going twice as fast as the previous ones. Hopefully that's enough zinc now. Now let's get rid of all the boron trioxide we accumulated. How's PoE going, Yura? PoE 2? You made it through the campaign already the first time? All right, where is the boron trioxide? Here it is. Oh, you didn't keep playing? Why is that? What do you keep playing now? Let's do this. Put a chest there. I don't have chests, great. It inserts all that garbage first. There we go. You were tired yesterday? That's good. Yeah, hello. Glad you're chilling. It's relaxing. Yeah, empty this onto the belt. Good, that is fixed. Now we have all the new stuff on trains, which I don't think we have enough rail supports yet. Let's first fix the stuff that's in the factory that we can scale. I think we need to potentially scale simple circuit boards. All right, have a good lurk. And these copper zinc batteries are probably just out of sync, right? Is that correct? Where are they even? Where are my copper zinc batteries? Here, right next to the cellulose. There they are. No, you're short on saline water. Yeah, right, because we're out of the... Yeah, I need to switch around the pumps for that. Yeah, they need to go in a different direction now. Because that's our primary supply is from the other side. So we need to go and switch around all pumps and at least pump to this point from the salt one. And the salt should make around 100 a second. It was stopped the last time I checked, so it's not like we're using everything. Yeah, they're all stopped for a long time. So you have to just go around and switch all the... Let's mark this as the one we're following. Switch the pumps around until we find the one that actually has saline water in it. And then we should be good. Again. Yeah, is it really that far? Seems like it. Yeah, also here saline water is missing. What is that is missing it? Oh, it's just the creature chamber. That's fine. There's we need even more pumps to turn around. This should be the last pump, I hope. If not, maximum one more. I hope to see saline water like, yeah, here I see saline water at 80%, so we're gonna switch that one around. And we should have saline water everywhere again. And now you should be working full time again. Yep. And then copper zinc battery hopefully now has saline water again. Yep, full saline water. Perfect. All right, copper zinc battery saved. Still, again, slow down in our production. So how many do we need here in the plasmids department? Oh, actually here. Here. We need 0.1 per second. We should make, oh, well, let's do per minute. We need 8 per minute. That's all we're making to get full throughput. But yeah, I don't think we need all of that throughput. But it's certainly something we could improve and scale our simple circuit production. But I think overall it was fine when it was running at 8 per minute. And our research was, yeah, I guess a lot was backed up too from the belt. So how's our research looking? Yeah, we're out of the new science packs. So simple circuit boards were an issue right now. The question is, do we scale up simple circuit boards? And do we do it with new batteries? Yeah, we have 200 now. We're actually spitting out some of them. I still need to steal them because I have barely not any. We're full on this. Yeah, we're just waiting on the copper zinc battery, which is sad. There we go. But copper zinc is going again. So what is that recipe? The new recipe. Alternative recipes is battery and everything else is the same. But batteries are so much more expensive, right? Yeah, we get more out of it, but what we save is solder, vacuum tube, PCBs, or PCS, high power resistors, air core inductors, and ceramic capacitors, which all of them aren't really that difficult to get to, and batteries are much more involved, right? We need a ton of urea and cyanic acid. You know, melamine is cyanic acid and ammonia. Speaking of, how's our ammonia and cyanic acid looking like? We have almost no cyanic acid and full ammonia, so this one should be running and converting. Very good. We have methane for it. Is it exactly keeping up? But yeah, that's little. That's a small amount of cyanic acid we have. It's growing again. What is the switch for when it's... Oh, when it's under when it's under 500. Okay, so this one isn't pumping. So we keep it over 500, and if this is over 1,000. No, if this is over 5,000, we drain it up to 1,000, and if this is under 500, so we can change that to 2,000. And there we go. So we should convert more into cyanic acid. It looks like it's working though, the conversion, and we have enough of the ingredients to make it work. Awesome. Well, we fixed copper zinc batteries. We already have 33 again, so that's good. We have to keep an eye on what we are missing for these. Simple circuit boards, yeah, now we make... Oh, I clicked on them. That's why I removed them. You might switch to melee build invoker for, like, you're gonna do quarterstaff then. So we were doing about like 8 per minute, and then we went down to like 2 a minute. Now we're getting up there again. So yeah, not ideal. The question is, do we scale that up? Is it worth it? I think we scale it up once we put all the materials onto the trains. Speaking of trains, is now a good time to hop on trains and start our journey. Speaking of, I should import the newest blueprint. From GitHub. One second, please. And by the way, I'm using these blueprints. If someone wants to use the same, I mean, there's way more stuff in it than I will use. And it also has automated train management, but we're going to use Cybersyn, so I'm just using some of the building blocks. Let's import a string. It's a big one. And we delete this one. And here we have the new Rails book. And what we're going to use is mostly stations, stacker two-headed stuff. There's some nice ones in here. Let's see. We have like these. So one on the top, it's the outgoing one is elevated, and the incoming one is on the normal line, so they don't cross over, so they don't get in each other's way. And I want to build with these for the stations, and then we'll see how that goes. All right, what else needs to be fixed in the factory? That's the question. I think next step is going onto Rails, and I might think a bit about that, how I'm gonna go onto Rails and stream later again today, and take a bit to think about where we go, what we start with. I think we're going to start with hot air, scale tin, and scaling sink. That sink we can then bring in. The hot air we can bring in as hot air, but none of these really need directly hot air. And then tin we could bring on from the bottom. So one question is, where do we start? Do we start at the bottom? Do we start on top? I think we want to start on top. And then we have to check, you know, what ores are around. I mean, I think we have so many ores around here. We don't have to worry about planning over certain ores. There's just everything everywhere. Rare ones are geothermal. We found more geothermal ones, it seems. There's another geothermal here. So there's two unoccupied. One is here right next to the other one. Oh, and one is right next to the bus. So that's good. So there's two more, like 200 megawatts more that we can do geothermal. Oh, there's even more. There's 3 more. Yeah, so this here, there's tons of geothermal right above our bus. I might tap those. And then there's one right next here. So that might be one thing to do. Tap geothermals. And I might do that off stream because that's pretty boring. Just driving there with the car, slap down the geothermal, and then be done. And then the next step is planning what we do with the rails and where we start and how we're going to do that. I think I'm going to do that today in the afternoon. Maybe I'm going to be back in later tonight, maybe 5 to 6 hours. We'll see. But thank you all for watching right now. In your map, you only have one geothermal. I had to search for a while to get to my geothermals. Like, I had to drive around a lot, and I found like one here. And that was my first geothermal. And to find the other ones here, I drove around for like an hour to find these 3. I put radars down, and they just found these 2. And then my radars here found these 3. So yeah, it's all about luck. But thank you all for watching. Thanks for being here. Hopefully I see you again on the next stream. And goodbye. Bye, Crisco. Hi, Crisco. Bye, Crisco. Bye, everybody.